This is Morten from INKISH. We are still here with HP in Alpharetta in Georgia. And I'm here with my good friend Ray from Ultimate TechnoGraphics. Super good to see you.
Same here.
We have done so many films from you the past year. And I mean, every customer I visit, they are just so happy working with you. And I have still not been able to see what the software you're doing. What is it all about, Ray?
Well, if you see it, then it's not automation in the back. You shouldn't see it. You should just be there and work.
Is that sometimes a challenge?
Sometimes it can be a challenge. In any print operation, you need people to be empowered by automation and be willing to implement tools and solutions and technology that will allow humans to do something else and not pay attention to pre-press or post-press and just let the machines do what they do best. Print, cut paper, finish paper automatically.
When I'm asking, it's also because, I mean, another thing that I have noticed, especially the past months, is that you are releasing major upgrades to Ultimate suite of software right now. Yes. I think I have asked you before, but is now the time for automation?
It's always a time. Always a time, but you're right. We are releasing a lot of new technology, a lot of new solutions for pre-press, for nesting different things in wide format, large format, labels, packaging, but also finishing automation. And like I say before, people need to do it step by step. It's not something that you implement like magic and your entire shop or factory is entirely automated, but you need to do it step by step because everybody's doing it to certain levels. So if you're not already implementing automation in your own print environment, you're late.
Chica and I were actually in Groningen in the Netherlands just a month ago, and you were almost there because you were in Hamburg for the Finishing First event.
Yes, correct.
When we were there, one of the things that we spoke about was that there seems to be like a tendency that, in the past where you had a lot of different software that was like licensed, then you paid for it, and then you needed another software, you paid another license, and then basically it was CapEx investments, but you kind of depreciated and then moved on, right? Today, where everything is subscription-based, I think that also now is the time where you pick what track you go on, because if you pick Ultimate TechnoGraphics as a supplier for your workflow automation, you don't need much else, do you?
Well, we adapt to how a business operates, and it varies around the world. Some people still want to, acquire perpetual licenses for software. They invest, they own it. That's how they feel about it. That's how they expense it out. That's how they, they put it in their books, and then they pay annual maintenance. And it's been like that for years and years. Subscription is something that pleases some, not pleases other. If you stop the subscription, then you need to start over with another technology. So we adapt to how our customers want to, invest and acquire technology.
But I was more thinking that if you have like, let's say that you buy a piece of hardware and you have some software along with it, right? Now you buy another piece of hardware that also has some software along with it, and if you end up having like 10 subscriptions, for example, basically now it's more like the right time to consider who you should work with for, let's say, 1 or 2 subscription, because they can manage the entire workflow, right?
Yeah, you're totally correct. A lot of people, come to us because of our word and what they want to do, which is centralized. When you buy equipment, you're right, you can have software subscription or software that comes with the equipment. You can have 10 different suppliers, machines, HP and others, and have 10 different pieces of software, subscription or with the machine. But at the end of the day, you pay for it. And customers want to centralize and automate with a few pieces of software, like you say, and they want to operate the entire fleet of equipment they have with a workflow that will be independent, agnostic of their devices.
Yeah, because I was just about to say that is maybe one of the key things as well, because if you have a workflow that you have, let's say, tailored to your business, then you're less dependent on specific hardware. Now you can exchange your hardware as you go to fulfill your requirements for your customers at this time, instead of just changing everything, right?
Totally. It allows customers to be a lot more flexible, to grow, not being dependent on choosing a brand. Maybe they want a new technology that this supplier has, and they can acquire this print technology yet rely on all the backbone, the software that they have, that they own. Maybe it's a subscription, maybe they own the software, but they can drive their entire fleet. And that's the beauty in what we provide.
Another thing that we learned also from Photofabrik in Netherlands is also the fact that with the new scalability ability in Ultimate, basically now you can have, let's say you can have the CPU power you need for your, let's say, average, but you can scale it so you can, instead of having a lot of licenses, you can basically peak with your demand, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like the concept of the hardware rack that we have in the back here, where it's scalability. The more processing power you have, the more you can add hardware. Same principle with Impostrip Scalable. You can add processing power like Photofabrik when you can have multiple different machines, different brands, and you just want to produce again with a centralized approach. That's how you can scale it with our technology and bring whatever level of production capabilities you need for your fleet of print devices.
When INKISH interviews you, and we have done it quite a few times right now, it's obviously that I mean, you know that we have an interest in also the customers you have and what you offer. But there's always like one saying that you find very important when you end a show. What is that?
Talking to new customers that have automation challenges. Always. It's so motivating to talk to people that still today have growth projects, have investment projects, but the common denominator is they want to automate everything. They want to have less manual intervention, and it's fun. Every day is fun talking to customers like this.
So the three words we need to have on camera?
Automation, automation, automation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.